Our bodies are honestly just magnificent and complex systems. They're filled with these intricate networks that keep everything running smoothly. You can kind of think of them like a bustling city, with roads and tunnels everywhere. Nerves and blood vessels are basically the superhighways of this city. They deliver vital messages and nutrients to every part of us. And quite often these nerves and blood vessels actually travel together. They're bundled up, side by side, passing through these narrow passages in our bodies. These passages are called fibro-osseous tunnels. They're formed by bone on one side and tough, fibrous tissue on the other. It's truly a marvel of biological engineering, all designed to protect these delicate structures as they move through our anatomy. Now let's try to imagine these tunnels in a different way. Dr. Richard Jacoby, who's a pioneering researcher in this field, calls them estuaries. An estuary in nature is where a river meets the sea. It's a place where fresh water and salt water mix, creating this unique environment. In our bodies, these fibro-osseous tunnels actually act in a similar way. They're tight spaces where the flow of blood and nerve signals can be easily affected. This creates a special micro-environment. Just like a coastal estuary, this internal environment can change. It can become a place where things slow down and problems start to build up if conditions aren't ideal. These biological estuaries are found all over our bodies. They're in our wrists, like the carpal tunnel. They're in our feet, our ankles, and even our spines. Basically, everywhere a nerve and an artery have to pass through a tight squeeze, an estuary exists. This concept is central to what Dr. Jacoby calls the global compression theory. The theory suggests that pressure in these tunnels is a fundamental factor in many health problems. The space inside is limited. Anything that causes these tunnels to become even narrower can lead to a state of compression, putting a squeeze on the vital structures within. Understanding this is really the first step to seeing how our lifestyle choices can have a profound impact deep inside us. The health of these hidden waterways is crucial. When they're open and clear, our bodies function at their best. Nerves communicate without interference and blood flows freely, delivering oxygen and nutrients. However, when these estuaries become clogged or compressed, it sets the stage for a cascade of problems. The slow, stagnant conditions that can develop in these compressed zones are just not what nature intended. They can become vulnerable points, where the seeds of disease find fertile ground to grow. So what could possibly cause these important tunnels to become tighter? Well, one of the main culprits is something many of us enjoy every day: sugar. When we consume sugar, it enters our bloodstream. From there, it travels throughout our entire body. While some sugar is used for energy, excess sugar can actually cause a great deal of mischief. It does this through a chemical process known as glycation. This is a simple yet destructive reaction. It happens when a sugar molecule, like glucose, sticks to a protein or a fat molecule without the help of an enzyme. Think of it kind of like spilling sticky honey on a telephone wire. This sticky process is happening inside us all the time, but it really accelerates when our blood sugar levels are high. The tissues that form our fibro-osseous tunnels are rich in proteins like collagen. Collagen gives our tissues strength and flexibility. When sugar molecules attach to these collagen proteins, they form something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. These AGEs are, honestly, bad news. They cause the normally flexible and resilient collagen fibers to become stiff, brittle, and cross-linked. This makes the tissue less pliable and more rigid over time. As glycation continues, the fibrous tissues that form the walls of our bodily estuaries begin to thicken and harden. They lose their natural elasticity. This process slowly but surely reduces the amount of space inside the tunnels. The once accommodating passages become progressively tighter, putting a gentle but relentless squeeze on the nerves and blood vessels that pass through them. This isn't a sudden event. It happens gradually over many years of exposure to higher than ideal blood sugar levels. It's a silent process that most of us are completely unaware of. The consequences of this tightening are significant. The compression reduces blood flow into the area. Less blood means less oxygen and fewer nutrients are delivered. It also means that waste products are not removed as efficiently. The nerve, starved of its vital supply line, can become damaged and start to malfunction. This is the underlying mechanism behind many common ailments. The constant low-grade pressure caused by glycated, stiffened tissues creates a compromised environment. This is the global compression that Dr. Jacoby describes, and it all starts with the simple, everyday act of eating too much sugar. Once these estuaries are compressed, they change. The environment inside becomes stagnant and unhealthy. With reduced blood flow, the oxygen level drops. The area becomes hypoxic, meaning it is starved of oxygen. At the same time, the reduced circulation allows metabolic waste products, which are often acidic, to build up. This combination of low oxygen and high acidity creates the perfect storm. It transforms these once healthy tunnels into breeding grounds for disease. It's kind of like a stagnant pond where algae and bacteria can thrive, unlike a fresh, flowing river. This compromised environment is incredibly hospitable to unwelcome guests. Microbes like bacteria, fungi, and even parasites can flourish in these low-oxygen, acidic conditions. Our immune system, which relies on good circulation to reach and fight off invaders, finds it much harder to police these compressed zones. So a minor infection that would normally be cleared away can take hold and persist. This is why some conditions seem to linger in specific parts of the body. The local environment gives the pathogens a distinct advantage, allowing them to establish a stronghold where the body's defenses are weak. This theory helps explain the origin of a vast range of diseases. It's not just about small germs. The chronic inflammation and cellular stress caused by this compression can contribute to more serious conditions over time. The constant pressure on a nerve can lead to neuropathy, causing pain, numbness, or tingling. The poor circulation can affect tissue health, leading to chronic wounds or ulcers. Dr. Jacoby's research suggests that this fundamental process is a common denominator linking dozens of seemingly unrelated health problems, from carpal tunnel syndrome to more systemic diseases. Most alarmingly, these conditions may even set the stage for cancer. The idea that cancer thrives in specific environments is not new. Over a century ago, the Nobel Prize-winning scientist Otto Warburg made a groundbreaking discovery. He observed that cancer cells have a very different way of making energy compared to healthy cells. This observation connects directly to the unhealthy environment created within our compressed biological estuaries. The link between a high-sugar diet, tissue compression, and the metabolic nature of cancer is a critical piece of the puzzle in understanding modern disease. Otto Warburg's research revealed that cancer cells prefer to generate energy through a process called fermentation. They do this even when there is plenty of oxygen available, a phenomenon now known as the Warburg effect. Healthy cells, by contrast, use oxygen to produce energy much more efficiently. Cancer cells are essentially sugar addicts. They consume glucose at a much higher rate than normal cells to fuel their rapid growth through this less efficient fermentation process. This metabolic quirk is a key vulnerability. It also explains why a sugar-rich diet can be so dangerous. It directly feeds the preferred fuel source of potential tumors. Building on this, the work of Dr. Thomas Seyfried further defines cancer as a metabolic disease. He explains that the fermentation process used by cancer cells produces acidic byproducts such as lactate. This acid is then pumped out of the cancer cells, making the surrounding environment more acidic. This is a clever survival strategy. The acidic conditions help to break down nearby healthy tissue, allowing the cancer to invade and spread. It also suppresses the immune cells that would normally attack the cancer. So the cancer cell engineers its own perfect acidic, low-oxygen neighborhood to thrive in, precisely the conditions found in a compressed estuary. Dr. Richard Jacoby's theory ties all of these ideas together beautifully. It proposes that the process begins with a high-sugar diet. This leads to glycation, which stiffens and tightens the fibro-osseous tunnels. This compression reduces blood flow, creating a low-oxygen, acidic environment, the Estuary Effect. This very environment not only invites infections but also mirrors the ideal conditions for a cancer cell to emerge and flourish, according to the theories of Warburg and Seyfried. It is a chain of events, starting with our diet and ending with some of the most feared diseases of our time. Understanding this estuary effect is profoundly important for our long-term health. It empowers us to make better choices. By controlling our sugar intake, we can reduce glycation and help keep our internal waterways open and healthy. This isn't just about managing weight, it's about preventing the slow, silent compression that can create disease hotspots throughout our bodies. It shifts the focus from treating symptoms to addressing the root cause. By maintaining a healthy internal environment, we can protect ourselves from a host of ailments, ensuring our bodies remain resilient and strong for decades to come.